Hi guys, Jill here, and I wanted to do a tutorial for you. I had mentioned that I would if anyone was interested, and I got quite a few requests. And this is I guess it's a shadow box card. I made one for Valentine's Day, and then I've done another one for just to use some of the scraps of my graphic 45 paper. This is from the Tropical Travel Log collection, and I had gotten 2 sheets of it to do a swap at your paper pantry. Man, I'm having a hard time talking today. And I was in the ATC swap, and I did have some leftovers of the paper. So this one worked out perfect, that it was just the right size for the background piece. So let me show you the components. I'll just quickly tell you about this one. So here's the paper, and then back in there, and I'm sure it's not real easy to see, but I have some designs from the Webster's Pages Petite Papers collection. It's a triple pack with Seaside Retreat, Garden Gate, and Nature's Storybook. I used some of the Seaside Retreat papers, which is actually very similar to this one right here, and I use that for the pieces on the side, as well as, I'm sure it's hard to see, but there's a little bit of what I think looks like coral here, and I used a little scrap for that. I used a piece from one of the tickets, one of the flowers, and cut that out. And then just a flower that I sprayed with my mist. And then a piece of ribbon. And this I got from Hobby Lobby. And I sprayed, no, I didn't spray this. I used a dabber on it. Broken china, and I'm sorry, a distress stain. So that's that. I just put some glossy accents over this one, and then I made some little seashells and added those. Now those are from a mold I made, and actually the mold was really easy. I used some of these little buttons. There's the colors they come in. I got these at Michael's in the button section, and I just pressed them into some mold and pour that I have, and you let it set, and then I put some paper clay in these. Now I had gotten that weird little fluffy paper clay from Hobby Lobby, and I mixed together some blue, green, and a little bit of white of that. It was a kid's clay, and I showed it in my last haul. It's called Cloud Clay, and I don't like it quite as much as paper clay, but I did like it, and I like the fact that I can add the color in. And I found it to be a little bit more rubbery, so you had to be a little more precise because you couldn't scrape off any extra pieces. Okay, then for the frame, I do have a template that I used, and it's called Diarama Card. Okay, so there you go. And I got this at a convention maybe 10 years ago. I mean, I've had this forever and never used it. Well, when I moved, I went through a bunch of my templates and pulled out the ones I hadn't used, and this was one of them. But I understand that because I got this so long ago, I'm not sure that all of you will be able to get this. So I actually made just a template of how to do it. So again, really simple. So let me pull out my scoreboard without throwing that down. Okay, and this is going to be kind of awkward. I'm in my new spot here. Okay, so I broke it down. What I did, and I decorated this already, was I have a piece of paper that is 5.5 by 4.25, just your standard card. Now I did use some of that Webster's Pages paper, and I like it, but to me it's not sturdy enough, so I'm actually going to join the two together, but I'll do that around the template. And let me just make sure. I have like the creakiest chair on earth here, but let's see if I can get that into screen. Okay, so here's my scoreboard, And in the middle portion of this, I used one of my Hero Art stamps that I just got in conjunction with Basic Gray. And this is how the image comes out. And I actually just stamped that with Bermuda Blue from Memento. Okay, so I had directions for this. And of course, I just moved everything. It's just not going to be a great day, is it? Okay. Okay, so you're going to score this, and I'm a little awkward, so I might not get this scored right. But you're going to score it at 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1.5 inches, and then you're going to skip over and come over here to 7 inches, 7.5, and 8. Okay, so what that's going to do is create your sides, your little gussets. So again, you can modify this to any side, just you want 3 score lines on the gusset on every 1/2 inch. Okay. So there's that, and then this is going to be what goes into your actual card base. See? And makes your little diorama window. Okay, so let's move this. Okay, so now with the center, what I found with this, and you can modify this, of course, very easily to, again, whatever you need. But on mine, it was 3/4 of an inch. See that? It's just shy of 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to go with 3/4 of an inch for this window. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Fiskars trimmer, which again, not totally in screen, so this should be interesting. I'm going to take it and I'm going to line it up. Yes, okay. So I'm going to line it up on the side next to the blade, and you have 3/4 of an inch right here. So line that line up at 3/4 of an inch. Okay. Then I'm not going to be able to do this with the positioning I'm at. But what I would do is come up and cut from 3/4 of an inch to 3/4 of an inch here, and do that on all 4 sides. Or what's probably going to be easier to show you is to take the back here, and 3/4 of an inch is right here. So you come in 1, 2, 3. See that? And if you want to, you could come in less. So I'm actually just going to come in a little bit less. I'm going to go one of these small lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8. And you'll take a pencil. My gosh. See, I was just going to use my trimmer. I don't know where my pencil is. But you would trace your pencil on all of those marks, and then just use your cutting knife to cut those out, okay? And so with mine, on this template, I would have lined it up and cut it out, okay? And then I'll come back in. But what you're going to do then is you're going to put adhesive, and you want to use a good adhesive like score tape. Okay. This keeps me. And you're going to cut or tear, whichever you choose. Okay. And then this piece, which is the front that you're going to see through the window, is going to sandwich in there, and you'll close that down on both sides. Okay. And then you'll take your back piece and you'll sandwich that in also, and you'll tape everything in. And then when you flip it over, you would have that view right there. And sorry, I just don't have the right equipment with me today. And then one of the things I wanted to show you, for the little shells, I just put some patina rub and buff over top of them to kind of highlight all of the little ridges. And then on the inside of this one, for the little coral, what I used was my Martha Stewart cracks punch, and this is a Halloween punch, and it actually, the cracks themselves are the throwaway piece, and then this is the punch that it would take out. So I actually used the throwaway pieces and then just I actually glued this with my Scotch Quick Dry right along the bottom. Okay, so there you have it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thanks for watching and have a great day.